Welcome to Cover to Cover Book Meet. I'm your host, Rodger Nichols. Today, in the words of Monty Python, I know something completely different. We're going to talk about a work in progress rather than a book that's already been published. The book has a title already, Photographic Therapy, Immersive Animal Stories that Guide Emotional Reset. Now, we're doing this for two reasons. First, because we're nearing the end of our 15-year quest to perform 888 author interviews. And second, so the photos taken by our guest for an upcoming coffee table book are simply stunning, and we couldn't pass up the opportunity to share them with you. Our guest is PreciousTWilliams, who has an unusual grouping of skills as a fine art photographer, an FAA-licensed drone pilot, a global traveler who is also fluent in American Sign Language. And asked to submit something about herself, she sent this. Precious transforms personal healing into breathtaking photography and aerial imagery that inspires hope, reflection, and connection to the beauty of creation. A survivor of trauma and complex PTSD, she channels her journey into art that invites viewers to pause and find comfort in nature's lessons. Her business is called simply Photo and Drone Solutions. We are very pleased to welcome PreciousTWilliams.
Oh, thank you so much, Rodger. I am so happy to be here with everyone today.
All
and
right.
It's a special privilege to meet you in person,
Oh, wow.
face to face.
I'm honored then. But before we talk about the work, I'd like to find a little bit more about you as a person. Where's home for you?
Home right now is in New York. I'm up in the slightly mountainous areas of Tuxedo. And I was raised in Chicago, but this is where I am now.
Ah, okay. Were you always going to be a photographer?
Not that my family thought. In my little world, I enjoyed pictures and storytelling and writing so much that it became something natural to me. But photographers were not viewed as people who could make a living. So my family had other things in mind. And so I started on a journey of computer programming, IT, different technology from as early as 1984.
Wow. As you said, I think somewhere on your website, you say, yeah, I can fix your computer as well as do the color balance on it. Yeah.
Yes.
Were you an early adopter of drone technology, or did something push you that direction?
So to be honest, it's been something on my radar, all pun intended, for a long time. So during the pandemic is when I had an opportunity to really find a way to learn how to harness the technology for what I wanted it to do. Taking photos in the air is amazing, but I got into something called photogrammetry, which is aerial surveying. We know about land surveying.
Sure.
And one of my journeys when I lived in Southern Africa, I was an assistant to a land surveyor, and I did all of the drafting. And then I realized with drone technology, I could be that person to be the surveyor and do the drafting if necessary. So that's really where the technology is amazing. It really does a lot of things, but to be able to do surveying from the air and to add to S3 data that does the mapping is one of my specialties. Yes.
That's interesting. Is that as generally accepted as land surveying these days?
So really they pair together. They pair together. I would never claim to be able to do my work without the approval, in many cases, of a certified land surveyor. So we work together. Some may view it as competition, but that's really not necessary. We can just do some things in the air faster, covering more area, surface area, than it would take a land surveyor. So they're to complement each other. And where there may be very small, minimal margins of error, the land surveyors can help to reset us and make sure we're on track.
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Do you have I have to ask this because I'm just so curious.
Sure.
How big is your drone, or do you have several of them?
No, so I own one, and my drone, it really, when it lands, it can land into the palm of my hand, and it wouldn't extend out too far. So it's reasonable size. It fits into a nice case that can fit into my backpack when I'm out on assignment. And if I have need for other drones, we have a very fruitful market here in New York to be able to. I'm near one of the largest camera stores on the planet, and some people who do a lot of renting. So it's a 1 day turnaround. It's pretty easy if I need a bigger device.
Okay. Well, the small one also can get into places or access things you can't do with the big one too, as well.
Yes, it's
Okay.
true.
I should steer back to photography because that's the main.
It's all
this was-
related. It's all related. Surveying drone aerial photography and surveying really is multiple photos. It's just hundreds of them. Yes. So
Yeah.
you're not off track at all.
Okay. I do want to mention something about this that I was looking through your website, which is, by the way, I'm going to talk a little bit about that before we get into the actual. And you write on there, I've been through some stuff, like real stuff, childhood trauma, teenage survival mode, adult heartbreak, social injustice, it's all there. But my art isn't about dragging you through the mud with me. It's about lifting both of us out of it. I found that inspirational. Very cool of you.
Thank you, Rodger. Yeah. The therapist, to your point, my book is saying it's photographic therapy, but immersive stories and animal stories about creation that I have interacted with, but I don't feel I'm the sole owner of these amazing experiences, which I'm sure we'll get into. But these are things we all can learn from. The part of my experiences that are people may find them interesting, but that are the, shall I say, sad parts, the things that make you want to cry, I leave those things for the therapist. We all don't need to. I'm sure each individual has their own sorrow, or even their own happy points. Some of the pictures help us to remember happy things as well. So I try not to pretend like I can be the person to hear all of that